be. Okay, so I shall start. Okay.
Oh boy, it's one of these episodes.
All right, it's one of these. All right. Bippity boppity boo. How are you? Welcome back to the MFB podcast. Welcome back. This is gonna be episode 20.
Holy shit.
February is this month.
Yeah.
I don't like this month. Anyways.
What?
I don't like this month. Anyways.
Oh. Yeah,
right,
this month
I'm
was
just
kind of
gonna be-
shit, not gonna lie.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, it
well,
was okay.
Huh?
I mean, it was boring, but it wasn't bad.
Well, that's your opinion.
Well, we're gonna get into it. Whatever.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna be the host because it's my turn to be host for this episode.
Yay!
This is
Yay.
I am the of the MFB. Mac, what's up? Gang.
Yay.
Then for F we have Fern.
That's me. I'm Fern.
That's
That's
him.
me.
That's him.
I'm Fern.
Yeah, that's him.
That's me.
and
Dude, that's
then for
me.
B,
Yo.
for B, we have
Oh, yeah. Hey, Bun.
How did you know?
whoever that one is. Anyways, whatever.
Bun, yay. Bun,
Jesus.
yay.
There's
All
always a
right.
duo in a trio.
All right.
Jeez, that's a
so-
little too real.
Stop.
Anyways, I'm going to be going into what we usually do at the start of the episode, which is our Rose-Thorn-Bud. And as a host, I am inclined to do the first Rose-Thorn-Bud of the episode.
Yeah, you got it.
My rose is that I started working out again consistently, which was hard to get into in terms of getting used to it again. But there are times where I don't feel like going, but then I end up just doing it at home, which makes me still like it. So that's pretty cool. Thorn is the dieting part because I suck at eating.
He
I'm-
does.
I suck at eating. I do not have the appetite most of the time, and especially today, recording day, I did not like the look of food. No matter what was cooked or what I was given, I just didn't like the look of it. Like, just looking at it just felt like a job to eat it, and it kind of sucked. But I still tried. But recently, past couple weeks, I have been at least getting my calories, so that's still pretty good. Still proud I did that. But yeah, that would be my thorn for this month. And then my bud is that I have my class 5 test for March. Yeah, it's
For
next month.
non-Canadians, that is a full license.
What is a full
There you go.
license? Full
Yeah.
license.
Oh
There's a
my
full valid
goodness.
driver's
I'm
license.
gonna get that, and then I'm gonna start packing, and then
Well, I mean,
running
it was not really
people- no, I'm
packing, but it's
It's
just
not packing
occupying
anymore.
the limit of your car. There you go.
Hell yeah.
At that point,
Whatever,
it's just
whatever.
legal. Like, woo!
yeah,
It's just
He's
legal.
legally
it's
packing.
just-
yeah.
Okay, at that point.
Those are my 3. Whoever would like to go next can go next.
Bun.
Done.
Uh,
Easy. All right. Next.
Actually, okay. So, hi. It's February. My rose. Guys, it's Valentine's Day of February.
Lame.
Oh, yeah. Forgot that happened,
And
bro. I'm gonna be honest.
Instead of actually doing a I mean, like, it wasn't important to them, but it was, like, nice to me. But, like, I invited, like, MFB over.
Sorry, we're not as appreciative. Like, I just wanted a Valentine, okay?
And I like
Why do you
hung
think I
out
hate
with
this
them.
one?
Oh my god! Okay, so I just hung out with them during Valentine's. Like, I know it's not the same, so that's why I gave them, like, fake roses and everything.
So I actually keep
But,
it in my car still.
Yay!
I have mine in my.
It's like, you know, the wind, like the mirror
something
thing
over
that
there.
you flap down. I kept it in
Oh, it's
the
there.
passenger side one
Oh my god,
Oh, nice.
yay!
because I don't
That's for
use that
me.
one. So
That's for me. But yeah, I gave them roses and we hung out and yeah, that was my rose. It was a cute night. Yeah,
A
because it was after
cute
my long
night.
day. Bro, you didn't think it was nice?
I'm
No,
joking.
it's just an
Oh my.
interesting way of describing a night. Like, hey,
No,
that was a
because
good
Mac
night,
did the
man.
X
Nah.
symbol.
Yeah,
with
for
his...
context, I
Oh.
created an X in
I
my
was
hands.
just thinking, like, yo, the word cute for a night?
It was a cute night.
Doesn't
It's
fit.
it's the same thing as saying, "Oh, it was a cool night." Like, "Oh, it was a fun night." It was a cute
Well-
night. It was a cute night. It was like cute.
It was a cute night.
Yeah. Anyways, my thorn.
Excite bite.
I think I can't really think of an actual thorn. So the first thing that came to my mind was like I got mad a lot this month. I got so mad this month at so many, not so many because I don't know so many people, but I got mad at people this month. And I was also fueled by rage for a lot of things. And that was my thorn. Getting fueled by rage is fun on one hand, but getting mad at people is not fun on the other hand, because it's just like, why? So redundant. Anyways, I'm gonna get mad about that.
Jeez. She is turning red. No, she's not.
Ooh.
I was just,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Mm.
My bud is, I'm gonna get my lashes and my hair done next month. I booked
my
appointments.
God.
Whoa,
booked
you're gonna be
appointments.
broke again?
Okay.
Oh my god, wait.
I was gonna be like, oh
That's-
my god, she's gonna look so pretty, so girly. Oh my
I'm
gosh.
actually gonna drop like $600 on that though.
That is
Not gonna
insane,
lie.
dude.
Both of them
Holy
combined.
You
balls.
thought I was lying.
$600.
Dude, that's nearly a rack on
thought I was
cosmetics
joking?
only.
Yeah,
No.
like I
My
did down payments for both of them. Like my lashes down payment was $25, not bad, but my hair appointment down payment was $100. So
does that get
$100?
added on to like the rest of it?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
$100
it does.
hair.
But like the rest
Girls
of
get
it is like $300. The rest of it is like $300 for the hair, and the lash thing is $100. But hey, if
Sounds fun.
I don't look cute, I
That's gonna
might
be
actually
tough.
like I will. I'm. You don't know what I'll do. You have no.
I will do the. I will. There's something that
When-
I might
when-
do,
when-
but then there's then
There's
be the
something
time
within
where
me.
I did something and then
Okay,
Ow.
but yeah, that was my RTB. Bird, your turn. It's your
Yeah,
turn.
oh my gosh, it's my turn. Oh my gosh. So the Rose is from last episode, the Bud was starting the Patreon. So bitch, I got that done. Patreon
Nice.
MFB podcast. Go
Hell
fucking check it out.
yeah.
Gang, gang.
We are still in the stages of uploading more content, but there will be more content. That's the big surprise. Holy cannoli. More
Hell
content.
yeah.
That's shit. Yeah. I also started working out consistently. I've been working out every day since
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
started, no rest days type shit, zero. You know what I'm saying?
Zero.
Anyways, zero miss days. Yes, sir. The thorn though is that like I don't know, low key. I've been sleeping kind of shit, so my back is kind of fucked. Like my lower back, like just above like maybe the coccyx, like in the lowest part
What
of
do
the
you-
back. I don't
What do
know.
you mean? Like, what position are you sleeping in?
That's the thing. Like I don't know what position is causing the problem because I move around in my sleep a lot. I sleep on my side and then I move
You
to
should
my
record
stomach and then I
yourself.
sleep. I've done that before and it looks really funny.
Oh no.
Yeah, but what was I? Yeah, like I deduced that it could be because of the weighted blanket. I don't know. So I tried sleeping without it last night. I got some shit sleep, but it was pretty good. My back didn't hurt that much. So I don't know if it's just the way that I'm using the weighted blanket. Maybe it's just like I gotta have it on like the lower half of me or some shit. I don't know.
I guess so. Yeah.
But that kind of sucks because like when I have to like pick up weight, it sucks when I have to like bend down and do it. 'Cause
Oh,
it's just
right.
like, yeah. So that kind of sucks. That was
Do you
like
think
the
it's because
thorn.
like you pulled it the other day though?
I don't know what I did pulling it. That's what I thought I had pulled it, but I don't know if it's just because I slept really bad that one day, and then it's just like I've been continuously sleeping worse. Like because like I don't have anything that I specific like I thought it was because I was like playing with my dog or some shit, and like maybe I had pulled my back doing that, but I didn't. The bud was advancing with more MFB shit. I want to get more content. I want to get more stuff out there. I want to get more
I want to do pictures.
popular on platforms. Yes, I want to
Yes.
expand as well. I want to get like on Apple Music and shit. But you gotta pay like a fucking fee for that shit. That sucks. You gotta pay like a monthly. I don't think it's
Well,
that
that makes
expensive, but you have to pay like a monthly thing to get it on there.
Monthly?
So
Yep.
maybe,
Yep.
maybe we'll do it. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Also maybe I'll get like a coffee going, like one of those fucking
Yeah.
Ko-fis or some
Just
shit.
support us. We can do so much more.
Yeah, we could
Like
like
our
have
podcast, spread it
proper
around.
into a lake.
equipment and
Oh
not
my god, we'll
have
take a video of Mac jumping into a lake.
butt naked. Fuck yeah.
What the hell?
OF detected.
Yes, sir. Yo, we post that. Yo, we're gonna get an OnlyFans now. There we go. Oh, we'll just put it on Patreon. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another
Imagine.
bud. I just want to look for another job. Yeah, that's about it. I want to get a
Real.
different fucking job.
Real.
Because like the job that I have, I like my job, but it sucks. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. And I want to advance more in the programming shit because I'm kind of lazy. You know, like I'm in school for it, but I haven't really been doing anything on the side like I wanted to do. I did like indulge in making like a little website, but I haven't really been like I've been off put because I have lack of motivation and the skill sets required to do things that I want to do. Like I needed to learn how to do JavaScript before I know how to do shit. One of my friends is pretty exceptional in JavaScript, but I don't really want to have him teach me from scratch because that'd be kind of unfair on him. So I want to get like a basic understanding, and maybe if he has some tips and tricks for me, I can use them. But yeah, JavaScript is kind of scary. But maybe one day, if I get really good at JavaScript, I'll write like another Minecraft. There you go.
Hell yeah. You should use like Khan Academy for your tutorials or something.
Dude, I will book Fern Academy. Holy fucking shit. Holy crap.
Oh my god, Fern
Huh.
Academy?
Another brown guy. Holy crap.
Oh
No,
my
Saul Khan,
gosh.
actually, not I believe there's a Bollywood actor named Saul Khan, but not that guy, or Salman Khan. I don't know which one, but both of them have the same name, but the one that made Khan Academy is cool as fuck. Yeah, that guy. He's dope
Yeah,
as
dude.
shit. And apparently he started off, and like if you see his, like Google his old fucking setup, it's the craziest shit ever. It's literally just a monitor, a tablet that he sat on his lap, and like this old rickety wooden chair, and he would just draw and talk with like a mic. That's it. That was the whole fucking setup. And then it just became Khan Academy, man.
Khan Academy saved my life.
Khan Academy was too goated. Like it was so ahead of its time, man.
Yeah.
Like holy shit.
Like, thank you,
What a
Khan
blessing, man.
Academy.
What a blessing, man.
I still
Okay.
sucked.
Well,
Oh,
get better then. The
Take it
fuck?
away.
Like
I
Yeah,
have no idea
so-
what that's about, so go for it.
there
like
was this
graffiti
one
tags.
there was this one abandoned building in LA.
Oh.
I don't know if it was LA actually, but the video has been going viral. But a whole bunch of like taggers or like those like it's not vandalism, but those people who like spray paint stuff.
It
I
is
don't know what they're called.
100% vandalism. What do you mean?
Wait, pause. I'll get into that here. Okay.
Whoa,
So,
alright, let's go.
They all collectively got together one night and decided to like literally put their tags on every like floor of that abandoned building. And it made headlines on the news and everything. And with the news saying like, oh my gosh, like this is so bad, and like we have to clean this up, or like what is this madness, or something like that, right? But a lot of like the actual like locals are saying that, oh my goodness, I never knew this building was an abandoned project until now. I never knew that this building existed until now. So it's like, look at where all this money is going into something that is like not working, and now like all of these like taggers are making like this kind of like unknown thing, which gets me into like how this is a form of art, right? And I want to talk about the impacts of art.
Jesus
The
Christ.
art
I was fell
student
back.
is
Yo,
I
Max
was gonna-
fell out of his
I was-
chair.
I was gonna go like this, and then my chair just fell back, and I hit my bed. Thank God my bed was there.
Okay. No, you
Anyways.
would have fallen.
Anyways,
But no, this is the power of art, because it's just like, imagine like all of these artists going into like rebellion, like against like the people who are just wasting product, wasting money and time on a project that's gonna be abandoned, and they like make this situation known through the power of like getting together and making art together. And so that's why like I don't think that it's like vandalism, because it's just literally just public art at this point, because they were gonna destroy the building anyways. Like yeah, like that's what I wanted to talk about. It was like very powerful for artists to do, so I really respected it when I saw those videos.
I just like the vandalism part.
Okay.
Woohoo!
So
It looks really nice.
I don't know, man. I mean, like, I feel like there's like kind of rights and wrongs to both kind of sides.
Really?
You know?
Because I don't
Like-
see anything wrong about this.
Well, that's because you're an artist. So
Oh.
pretty much vandalism, it's an entire act of vandalism. Like that building is owned. It is being paid for. It is still owned by somebody.
It was
you know?
abandoned.
Regardless of it's abandoned or not, you know, people are still paying the fucking what's it called when nobody's staying in there, they pay a specific tax, and it's more. And it's like you have to pay for that, you know, like it's paid for is the problem. Like I get that you're displaying your art. I get that it's like a movement, and I get all of that. But at the end of the day, it doesn't belong to you. You know? Like, yeah, they're spending time and money on it for it to just be abandoned, but you're just spending more time and money decorating that abandoned building. Like, at the end of the day, if they decide to demolish it, it's up to them. You know, yeah, all that art's gonna go away, but what the fuck do you do? It's technically considered vandalism. Like, I agree with art being used for like in public areas, like for example, like the Berlin Wall was one of the most
Yeah.
beautiful graffiti I've ever seen, you know, and I'm pretty sure, I mean, it could be considered vandalism, but that was like a public like wall, you know, it was a government owned, like, you know, nobody gave a
Mhm.
fuck if they were spray painting that shit. Like, people can buy pieces of that wall, and it's expensive because of the graffiti and art on it, you know, like that makes it expensive. So it's just like, I understand the movement, but it's like that belongs to somebody. Like that building belongs to a corporation, you know, and it's just like, I wouldn't like it
'cause
if my backyard or like my backyard fence was spray painted on just for the sake of a movement. Like, unless I explicitly say like, hey, come and do this, which I probably would because I love the way the graffiti looks. Like, I would be so open to that. Like, I would definitely give like the side of my wall, like the side of like my house, even maybe just like, hey, motherfuckers, come
just
and
a
tag it.
mural.
Yeah, just come and tag it,
Yeah.
do whatever the fuck you want, make it look cool as shit, do like big pieces, do big lettering, every kind of graffiti you can think of, big fancy letters, all like jaggedy shit. I love it. I love graffiti. I love the way it looks. I'm not a
Mhm.
hater against graffiti. I'm not a graffader. Anyways.
Fader.
Ah.
Graffiter.
But yeah, like, I don't know, like in this specific instance, like you're going to an abandoned building to spray paint it in an act of rebellion when the people that own that building can just be like, yo, clean it up. And then they have to.
Well, I mean, like, okay, because the way, like, let me describe the way that this building looks. Well, like, it's also going to not be, like, a very vivid explanation, because it's like, you know that one building in GTA that's always being, like, constructed, like,
Yeah.
perpetually? Like, yeah, it's one of those buildings. It's like, it just hasn't, it's not even done.
So that means
just been
go and
left.
like tag it.
It's just been left.
No, but that's like the whole idea, like, hey, finders, keepers, losers, weepers. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, it belongs to
Well,
somebody.
okay.
Like,
I don't know, I
don't know.
get
I go to
that
your
part
house,
of
I
it, 'cause,
steal your
like,
computer.
It's like, oh
find
my
your
god, nobody's
keepers.
been in this house, nobody's been in this room for 5 years because the person that lived in this room died. Oh, let me just tag all the walls.
Okay, well, okay. What I
you know what I'm
don't
saying?
get, what I don't get is like, okay, I respect,
Two sides of
like,
the coin.
yeah, exactly. I respect what they did in that sense of the project, right? But when it comes like, because after I liked a whole bunch of videos of like those that building, my algorithm shifted to like, oh my gosh, you like graffiti? Here are like a lot of graffiti videos. So like they gave me a whole bunch of like actual vandalism. And like what I don't really think it's necessary to be like covering entire trains that are still moving.
Okay, yeah, see, like, that's the thing. I was just gonna talk about trains. I was just gonna be like, that's kind of, like,
Yeah.
acceptable just because
Really?
it doesn't harm anybody in the way that, like, you would think. Because trains are moving objects. Like, yeah, like, unless it's offensive things, then it's, like, then it's weird. But if it's, like, a big name on, like, for example, we have, like, the Canadian shit, like, Canadian Railway, right? So it's, like,
Yeah.
if you see, like, these big-ass trains with, like, fucking 116 containers and, like, 3 of them are fully tagged, it's like, so what, you know? But you do it to a whole building, it's kind of noticeable, you know? Like, it's kind of
Well,
like
yeah,
a
that was the
problem,
point.
you
That
know?
was the no, it was the point was to make it noticeable because it calls attention to the problem of abandonment. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, be that as it may, though, you know, it still like
Well,
belongs to somebody. That's the only issue with this kind of a thing. Like, for example, if they were to do that on like a bunch of fucking sidewalks, that would make sense, you know? Like, that would be understandable, you know, and people have done that. So it's like, I get like those kind of movements, but like doing it on like buildings that are owned is kind of sketchy. It's like, I don't know
what
if
does
like,
Beck think?
I don't fully know if I support it, but like I just like, since I'm a little biased with the way that graffiti looks, like I'm gonna support it a little bit. Like I may like double
I
tap
just
a couple here and there, you know.
dude, I just really liked it because it made me feel happy as an artist because I'm learning about all of this like historical stuff where it's just like, oh, people made this kind of art in order to like kind of like go against what society is pushing as like quote unquote right, but like in reality it's just like they make art to prove something that like is actually an issue. And I was just like, I've been like learning about all those historical stuff, and it's happening in the now. So it's just like right in front of my own eyes, I get to see like this historical moment in the world of art where it's just like art is still being used as a powerful tool to spread a message. And it works because it got people to talk about it, right?
What is the message
So
though? Like what?
the message is like kind of like calling to attention the freaking, because no one knew this building existed or was even abandoned in the first place. So it's just like calling attention to the wasted materials and everything that is like done to like just have an abandoned project, like it to have, because the amount of like abandoned projects that are like not even in not America alone, like even here in Canada there's so many like abandoned stuff. Like people just start, like even in the Philippines, like my mom was complaining about this, like they just start a building and then boom, they just never fix it. Like what's the point, right? So it's just like all of this waste is being produced because of people's lack of kind of timeline, like organization, stuff like that, you know? So it's calling to attention those kinds of problems, which I find respectable. Yes, they could have done it another way, but like what is more impactful than this?
I see where it comes from.
Yeah.
I can see what it is, but like at the end of the day, like when you talk about like these materials being used and all this stuff, like they're literally doing the same thing. They're spending their own time and money tagging it, which is materials that are just going onto the building. Yeah, it makes it look a little prettier and all that, but at the end of the day, that building is going to remain there like as is. Like all it becomes is just a talking point. It doesn't really do too
Like
much
do
when you do it
well,
in that kind of a way, in my opinion.
that sparks a talking point, and talking can get somewhere instead of not even being aware that that building existed. Like what are you going to do if you're not even aware of it? Like again, this
So
call to
I'm not fully
attention.
understanding like the idea is like, yo, there's just a bunch of abandoned shit. Like, what do we do about this abandoned shit? Like, hey, do we
Well, I mean,
demolish
it's
it?
just like, no,
Because
not
if they
even like, hey, do
demolish
we
it,
demolish
then
it?
the
It's
art
just like,
goes away.
hey, look at what y'all are doing. Like, look at the trash you guys, the ginormous amount of trash that you guys are leaving in our area, type thing. Like me personally, from like the videos, like I haven't done like any like external research on this. Just based off the videos I've seen, this is the message that I've been that's been derived for me, personally, like as an artist and stuff like that. But you know, it's just like I find it respectable.
They know where I stand with it.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure. Don't really have an opinion. I mean,
it looked nice.
my opinion is there, but it's just like I feel like there's pros and cons.
Yeah, of course, of course. That's why like they hired security there now. It's like they were just patrolling the place so people don't tag it anymore. But it's like, you know, some people are also enraged by like they acted but in the way of putting armed security in the building instead of like actually doing something. But I also
what
get
would
like
they do though?
what else? Yeah.
Like,
I
what
also
would
get
would
like
they
what
just
else
like
are they
start
gonna
putting
do?
people in there? It's just like what the fuck?
It's like, oh, what are they gonna do? Finish the building? Like,
Yeah,
where are they gonna
like,
get
I
the
don't
money
know.
from? Like,
I don't get it. Like, because like even if they do finish the building and they leave it like a graffiti thingy mobob, they still have to put money into it, and it's like
Yeah.
even then, it's just
Yeah.
like then it just becomes a functional building, and then it's just like it's just still there. Like I don't like the only kind of like implication that I get is like, hey, demolish this building. Like that's the only real kind of solution that would be the case. Because like, you know, give the land back or whatever the fuck. You know, that's like kind of an understandable statement, but you know, why would you tell people to demolish it after you spent all of that time and money tagging it? You know, it doesn't really coincide with what the ordeal is.
It was gonna get demolished anyways.
So it's like, then why tag it? You know,
just to make a point. Yeah, artists just do whatever they want. They have free will, dog. Like
that's a very interesting thing.
POV artists realize they have free will.
Yeah, they just start spray painting shit.
Literally.
I would have to consider it vandalism. Like if it was like even on a fence, like on like let's say you're walking down the street and like somebody's fence is just tagged, like you know that's an act of vandalism. Regardless of whether somebody's living in that house or not, doesn't really give people like vandalism pass. Vandal pass.
Yeah, okay. Well, speaking of art, Mac, I need you to introduce this next topic for us.
Well, I mean, Mac hasn't really said his piece though.
Well, I asked him. I was just like, "What you guys?" He said,
I mean, I'm just here. You guys were going off, so I'm just listening.
That's why I said
Dog.
Mac hasn't said his piece yet, bun.
Yeah.
Are you trying to move on,
Mac?
bun? Huh?
Okay, jeez.
What's up, Mac? What do you think, Mac?
I look at building. They do art. I think looks cool. I don't care about anything else. Nice.
Wow.
He's on the superficial side of it.
Yeah,
he
like,
just,
I think like
he just appreciates
NPC
it for what it
moments.
is. Yeah.
I'm just like,
It's
hey,
just
look,
like
it's
the sun is gone, and then that's
Yeah.
it. That's like
Oh,
one of the
no.
dialogue you would have in a game.
the guy looking at his own building, have graffiti on it. Could either go two ways, and it's just like, oh, okay, rebuild it, or two, clean it up, then continue in like 3 years because we're still not doing it right now.
Yeah.
Whatever. He can do
Shit's
whatever he
fucked,
wants.
man.
He had the money to get the building. He has the money to rebuild it or do whatever he wants. So I don't really care. I mean, I don't even know about this information about what he's gonna do to this building.
Like, okay, this
because
is
of
assuming
what happened to
that the
it.
building is owned, by the way, because like this building, like I'm just assuming it's owned because it's still there and it was tagged. You know, like I feel like there was an incentive, so I feel like it was a targeted building that probably was owned or is owned. Assuming that it's not owned, however, then fucking do as you please.
Free
you know?
reign.
Do as you please.
Free real
By
estate.
all means. go
Explode
for
it. No, I'm trying.
Okay.
Ooh.
Jesus.
Um.
I'm pretty sure it's like in the
Whatever.
center of like a very popular area, so I think if you've exploded,
Yeah.
it may be a little
a problem.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
probably.
Well-
Anyways, Next topic.
All right, you heard it here first. MFB Mac thinks Los Angeles should be eradicated.
No, Los
You know
Angeles
what,
is not
everyone?
real.
We just need to restart the world. Go back.
For real,
back.
bro. For real.
Go back.
Actually,
Reset
yeah,
us.
you're right. You're right.
All right. So next question is
Let me tell you about the
Sora
pyramids.
Sora AI. I have no idea what that is. Go ahead and speak on about it.
It's crazy, man. I think the artist should
Okay.
talk first because she has very I don't know.
I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah, I feel like, you
Okay.
know, artists' take on AI is very skewed. I feel like it's very narrow. Like, I feel
It's-
like
well-
everybody hates, every artist that I've seen hates AI, you know?
Yeah, well, for good reason. It's because they're learning from us.
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah.
like taking from us.
I also have a
It's
question
like-
about that, like in terms
Okay.
of like AI and like how the process of what it is, right? Like, you know how they, in order to like make art, it has to use reference, right? So it has
Yeah.
to use like parts of different art.
Yeah.
Right. But what about like people that do like collage pieces or refer to other pieces in their work? Like what about people that use the like references from other shit? Like artists that use other artists' work? Like is there like a system that is done
Well,
that prevents it
it's
from being like kind of bad?
Totally different here in that case because there's this thing called credit with other artists, with real human artists, right? When AI produces like this piece of art, there's no credit in it. You don't know where its sources came from. It just came from all over the place, right?
Right.
It's like they're technically stealing, and that's the issue here. Like it's just like, okay, you know what's so funny? It's that like all artists complain about like AI stealing from like artists, right?
Hmm.
It's just like, oh my goodness, you're stealing like all of our like time, effort, whatever, right? And so that's why like artists like take the generated images or even the prompts that are used and use that in their own creative work, and like the people behind the AI, like the humans behind the AI, are getting salty, like, hey artists, why are you like using our stuff? And artists was like, wow,
Yeah, that's just
who would
weird.
have thought?
Like, okay, yeah,
Right?
like I don't agree with that. Like the AI motherfuckers being like, "Hey, you can't
Yeah.
take our shit." Bitch, you didn't do it.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, but and that's
Hmm.
the case. So Sora AI
I would-
is like
just before we get into Sora AI,
Okay.
just before that, I just want to just like kind of, I really want to understand because
yeah.
in my like kind of, I don't know,
As a normal human being.
not
who's not
necessarily
an
that, but like
artist.
in the kind of like scope of art that I've seen, because like I appreciate art, you know, like there's no
Yeah.
like I don't hate art. I don't think it's like stupid or anything. Like I appreciate art. I would love to have art in my house. I just can't afford it because it's very expensive. Art is an expensive thing. So it's like I just wanted to know, like based off of the shit that I've seen, I see that there are a lot of pieces that use reference but aren't credited. So it's like you can clearly see styles that mimic other, like I know that imitation is the highest sort like form of flattery and all that. So it's just like where is the line drawn? Because like even if you like I've seen art that hasn't credited other artists but looks very similar and is very similar, you know? Maybe it's like coincidental that it looks like that. Or you know,
Mhm.
like if you were to assume that nobody has malice and assume that nobody was like looking at another piece and being like, yo, copying it type shit, assuming that doesn't happen, then it's like, yo, goody two shoes. But like we live in a world where plagiarism is a thing and it happens a lot.
Yeah.
So it's like in those instances, what is the difference between AI like kind of stealing points from like, let's say it was a full canvas and they took like the top left corner and then they put that into the database. Is that still like counts as stealing the art, or is that like just
Yeah.
considered reference because that's what
No.
other artists do in other art?
Well, you said it yourself. There's a huge difference between stealing and reference, right? Like this is a point of
No, like
issue
in
the artist
AI
community
terms, it would be
too.
like referencing that portion
Well,
of the art. Like
in
it,
reality, that's
like-
stealing because if you're an artist and you're referencing something, yes, it could look really similar, and that's also a point of issue in the artist community. Like, if something looks too similar, they're gonna point it out and say, hey, like, can you at least credit? And like, artists will teach each other, like, hey, credit is a thing, right? Like, at least credit, I'll be happy, whatever. It's the point of communication. You can't communicate with AI to do that stuff, right? But also, it's like, when artists find their styles, they all start from somewhere. I have multiple answers for this. So, like, some artists start from tracing other people's work, right? Like, obviously, it's not a bad thing to trace, in my opinion, because, like, everyone starts from somewhere. I started by tracing.
But isn't
right?
that like kind of what I was gonna say? Talk about like when you said like similarity, I was like, okay, so like I get it. Maybe like similar isn't the same as identical because like AI is taking exactly what it is and like using it as a
Well,
reference. Whereas like if you were to look at something, it's not the same stroke, it's not the same pressure, it's not this, it's not that. It looks similar, but it's not the same. So it's like I get that kind of like that kind of a take. So it's just like,
let me go to
but
that,
tracing
because
is like crazy
every
though.
artist, like, a lot of artists start from somewhere, and like, artists can start from tracing as long as they get the fundamentals down, right? That's how they get the fundamentals down. Like, obviously they don't post that stuff, it's a point of practice, right? Like, they're kids usually when this happens, right? They're just interested in like what like what the art is, right?
Okay.
And that's how I started out as well. Let me cook.
Mhm.
Because over time, I've obviously I learn from watching other people create, and like, I'm sure other artists do that too. They have their muses, they have their people to turn to for inspiration, right?
Mhm.
Like, for me, I have multiple artists that I look for inspiration. I look at their pieces, I look at the way they color every single time, like, I make an art piece. Like, that's why Pinterest exists for artists. That's why, oh my god, I have to look for a reference, blah blah blah. But it's very similar in the sense that a piece is a mixture of all of the artists that you are inspired by to create like your own kind of style, your own kind of twist on things. But that's where, like, you see, this is where the soul of the art comes from.
But can't AI
AI
replicate
art
that?
does not have a soul,
But okay, so
because
like how you say like, oh, it's a collaboration of all these arts. Like, isn't that what AI is doing too though?
no, because they didn't ask.
Okay, so it becomes a problem when it's commercial use then. But if it's training,
It
it's
becomes
not.
a no. Well, I don't know. I'm very
Because you just
offended
said,
by, like,
but you yourself said that like you can start off by tracing because you're not publishing it. It's not. It's just practice. So if
well,
you're
it's because it's
training
you
an
yourself as
AI,
a human
if you're training an
who's doing
AI
that.
to produce its own art, you would start it off by giving it traces. In your words, you would, like a human, you start off by tracing, you find your points, and you get art from different people, and you have your inspirations. And what your art is a mosaic of all of, or like kind of like a collection of all of these bits and pieces of information that you've accumulated. So it's like AI in that sense. What is the difference between just like not having a human there? Because like it's literally the same concept. You're training it to do the same thing. Like, assuming that you're not publishing it for commercial use, like the credit, let's say credit is given, somehow credit is given for every little thing that it trains. Let's just assume, right? Then what's the problem? Because it's like AI training, like if it's not published, then what's the problem? Because humans are doing the same shit.
Well, if credit is given, that solves a huge part of the problem.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
right?
okay. What about if credit's not given, but that same circumstance happens, where it's like it's not
If
published,
credit
it's
is
just
not
for the
given,
training aspects.
they're literally taking my work without asking me.
Well, isn't that what
Like,
you're doing by tracing work when you're
no, I'm
practicing?
okay. When you're tracing work, it's different as a human, dude. Like,
No, I'm trying to
AI
understand
don't
it though.
learn from like AI doesn't learn from like tracing. They learn from like just getting fed like already finished products, or like already human made stuff. When you're
Right.
tracing, you as a human are like decipher, like, obviously, yeah, it's like AI trying to decipher all the strokes and whatever, but there's a passion behind that. You want to continue to create. There's a soul behind that. That's why you started tracing in the first place. Like, you were interested, you're passionate. Those are emotions that AI can't have. Like, AI just takes it because it's just like, oh, the more I get, the more I learn, the more I could produce. Like, it's very robotic in that sense, and we are afraid of that kind of power. Because, can I get into Sora AI?
I just real quick before that, just real quick, just one more kind of like statement about kind of like,
like, I'm telling
sorry,
you,
but
like,
okay, like for example,
humanity.
yeah, no, I get it. Like, believe me, I understand both sides of like I'm trying to just kind of like really understand it from an artist's perspective, because I don't do art. So it's like I
Yeah.
wouldn't really get like kind of the idea of my shit being stolen. So it's like it doesn't really impact me that much when people talk about, hey, this shit's being stolen. It's like, well, I wouldn't really know what that's like. So it doesn't really hit me as hard. So I understand why you're super passionate and you're getting kind of feisty with me here, but like I'm just trying to understand, brother.
And
Like,
then Max just sitting there.
yeah, Mac is just AI himself. Like he's being trained
Mac
right
is
now.
generated.
He's
actually,
like,
I'm letting y'all talk, bro. Y'all are just
bro's
going off.
listening to us like a podcast, bro.
Hey,
like,
man,
Mac,
like, it's
you
just
gotta
like,
remember,
I'm
you're part of the podcast.
yeah, I know, but like I'm just saying that it's just like it's just that thing where it's just like I don't want to interrupt. I don't want to like block off someone's like train of thought just by putting in my input when I don't really have anything to give, since like my opinion isn't like that strong, or in sense of like, I mean, like, okay, really, okay, the way I think about it is like, okay, this I'm gonna go ooga booga mode. I know
Okay,
you guys have
okay.
probably gone into this very deeply, and I'm probably most likely going to repeat a lot of the things that you already pointed out from both sides. But like it's just like, okay, well, we already established, despite some people not liking it and some people like doing it, where AI gets its info. For example, baby AI knows nothing, and this person wants this AI to continue to create art just to see like what it does.
Right.
And you'd have to give that AI something to go off of. Yes, you
Mhm.
said references, blah blah blah. For a person, normal human being, to start looking at art, as a kid, for example, you would have to look at art. Of course, you're not going to like, oh, hey, I think this looks cool. I'm going to try to do my own art and try to do it their way. But like, it's also like, it's the same sense in both cases, where both parties are learning the exact same way, and it only becomes a problem when it's the exact same art as someone else, and until they step forward to like make that its problem, or to like step forward and like tell them, hey, this is like, you're just copying mine, then I see it as, yes, that's a problem. But for AI to create art that looks like something else, but the artist has not created themselves, I don't see it as stealing. I just see it as AI's own
Yeah, that's what I
perspective of what art is.
I was gonna say
right?
that too. Like in terms of like a fully finished product, like if it is indecipherable and it uses like maybe like let's just throw a number on there because it's AI. Let's just say like 0.08% of each part of it is from a different artist. And like let's just assume that it's like a very small amount that they may have taken that could be considered reference, right? Like
Yeah.
to the point where it could be considered reference, because like let's say that you make a brush stroke, it's like you would, if you were to like plot it out with numbers, there would be a system that matches what the original artist did. And whether
Yeah.
how accurate it is, obviously it's not going to be the same. Like pressure and like whatever will be there, but like if you were to like work it out like with numbers, there would be a percentage that is like exact, that is like an exact match, like regardless of how small or slight it is. And but that is
Mm-hmm.
essentially in its like objective term copying. And that's not the problem though. That's not a problem, because you yourself said as an artist you need to learn how to do it. right? And
Yeah.
I agree. Like you would need to work off of some kind of basis. Now, what I don't understand is how like if you give a human like art and you say like, hey, this is like I want you to try and like do something with based off of this, and they come up with an art piece, and AI does the same shit. I can almost say with absolute certainty that those two art pieces will be completely different. That in itself will be absolutely certain. I can say 100% certainty that those pieces will be different just because of the way that AI works. So AI in its finished product, if it used maybe like let's bump it up, let's say 0.5%, like 0.5%, okay? Like that shit is nothing. Like it would be indistinguishable from what an artist would do because it would have been in its own style, because it created its own style, because it used different styles the way a human would. But the only instance is that it would just be considered like copying because it's exact, right? But like again, if you were to plot it out, it would like make sense. So it's just like I'm having that trouble understanding where the actual problem is, besides the fact that one of them is human and one of them is not. You understand me? Like that's kind of like
think
the kind of like question mark that I'm like I don't really fully get what the problem is. Like I don't
the thing
understand.
I'm fully offended by is like how you said like a human would.
But
Like
what is that
I
supposed
just
to mean?
there is AI can't be like a human. That's a thing for
It's
art, but
developed
like
by
okay,
humans.
l- let me
If it's not,
talk.
what?
Like let me talk about like the full like context of why I was gonna get mad about Sora AI is because like okay, Sora AI, obviously you guys should know it by now, is like this like new video
Actor.
thing by OpenAI, which is like basically you write a sentence down, creates an entire video that looks so like real,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah,
And
indistinguishable nearly.
like really real,
Yeah,
super real, right? Like
freaky,
yeah. Like one of the
freakishly
examples
real.
I saw was just like like make a trailer of an astronaut, and it did
Did you see the shit
lighting
where
and
like the
everything.
motherfuckers started like replying to Twitter things and started like people that were like putting prompts in tweets, and then he just made videos with responses because it's
Oh my
closed
god,
source,
no,
so
oh my gosh. Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
can't
yeah.
ask it to do anything. So like he was just doing it for people just to show people what it was, and like the
Yeah.
wildest things, bro. And it was like this kind of like celestial worm doing like this bounce, and
Yeah.
it looked adorable, but like it was just like the fact that it could do that is just like
Right. And I
wow.
think that's also like why kind of artists are afraid, offended, and like kind of, mad at the fact that this kind of exists. Cause AI, in my opinion, could be used for so many other things. Like I've spoken about this before where it's just like, oh, it could be used for medical field, but like people are saying, oh yeah, but like that's totally different. Like art is just so much easier to tackle,
Oh,
right?
medical field is risky though, because that's like
Yeah,
life or
exactly.
death,
But it's
you
like,
know.
they did surgery on a grape meme. Like, they could focus on that even
Nah,
more
bro,
or
with
something
life or
like
death
that.
and AI, dude, that's way too risky. Like you'd
But
have to
also,
have like
it's
a
like,
pool of people that are willing to give their life up, you know, to
I
something
would.
to AI testing, right?
But, okay, that's
Art
like a
doesn't
very,
really like
like,
kill anybody. Like
exactly. So that's why it's just like, that's why people are saying, like, oh my god, art is just like so much easier to tackle. But also, that's
mm.
where the problem comes in because, like, our jobs are gone.
Oh, of
And it's
course.
like,
Like it's scary for
and
me too. Like as soft like
because,
going into
well,
software, like my shit like AI can write code for me. Like I don't even need to do it. That's
it's
scary.
like the film industry, the 3D animation industry,
Mm.
the the normal art industry are now being dominated by like AI. The amount, like, I'm on the art side of like the Instagram community, right? The amount of posts I'm seeing by like people saying that they got laid off of their job because AI is replacing them, or like the amount of times like they got an email saying, "Hey, do you want to help us train our AI for 6 months and then just get laid off after that because we don't need you anymore."
I mean, this isn't a new concept though. Like the same shit
Well,
happened with
yeah, but
garbage
it's like,
trucks. when it
Well,
became
think about
automated.
it this
So many
way.
people lost their
This
jobs.
this is such a huge, like, garbage truck's one thing.
No, dude, those are
The art
millions of jobs,
industry.
especially in
Well, the
Canada. That
art
was a massive
industry.
riot,
Well, yeah, no,
massive
exactly then.
protests. But
Exactly.
it's
So
still like a thing.
it's
Like,
similar to us. Imagine how we are mad about that. Because it's
okay,
just
but
like,
realistically,
first
what
of
the
all, you're
problem
stealing from
is,
us. And second of all, you're taking our jobs. Third of all, it's not even like real anymore. Like, not like nothing is real. And that's why it's just like, oh my god, they could create fake videos of like freaking Mac in court for like abducting like 5 kids or something like
damn,
that.
that's a very
And
oddly
like
specific. Damn,
and
damn.
like, how
I'm
is he
just
gonna
here.
prove? How is he gonna prove that that's not him?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a very terrifying thing. I agree. I
So
agree
that's
in
why I
that
was just
in
like, I
that
want to just
sense.
yap about freaking Sora AI, because it's just like, it makes me offended as an artist. Like, I know some people are not gonna get it and like continue to use AI. Like, yes, like cool. Like when I look at Pinterest, I see all the AI generated content like that I use as a reference, because it's just like, okay, it's there, whatever. Like, it's already been made. But
What? So
also, it's
okay,
just
hold
like,
on. So you're offended by AI entirely, but you use it as reference?
well, because it's already there, and it's also like in
Isn't
my
that
head,
kind
it's
of
just
like
like
a
I'm stealing
fallacy?
back from AI.
That got to be some kind of fallacy, bro. That got to be
Mm-mm.
some kind of contradiction. That got to be
So
some kind of
doesn't
like.
something, but uses that something that
It's
doesn't
like,
that they
hey,
don't
I'm
like
gonna.
as reference for
This is
something
my
that
get
they
back.
do when the thing that they hate does it
Yeah, like
better.
there are so many people who just take AI generated art and redraw it,
Yeah, I mean, get
because
your
they're just like,
bag, I
hey,
guess. But I
yeah,
mean, that's
no,
kind of
because
just
it's
doing
just like,
the same thing. So it's like, what's the problem then?
we're
If you're,
reclaiming it. We're
yeah,
trying to reclaim it, but also it's just like, it's not gonna work because AI is only gonna get better.
yeah. I mean, technology is only going to get better, but it's kind of bound to happen. Like people are bound to get jobs replaced. People are bound to, like, for example, like the department that my mom works at didn't exist 20 years ago. Like, or like the
Yeah,
one that
yeah.
the one that she used to work out is completely defunct. Like, that shit doesn't work because technology has completely advanced. And she is like one of the few that have remained because like of her seniority. Like regardless of like imagine all of those little people, like the little people that didn't know too much, all of them got laid off. So it's like, well, fuck shit, pack your shit and leave. Like it's just move on, right? So it's
Like
like I understand
honestly,
like a lot of people are being put out of their jobs, but like what's new realistically? Like that's kind of like the point that it's like AI, yeah, it's getting better and it's like replacing shit, but like what the fuck else are you supposed to do? Like how else is technology going to advance if you don't like kind of relieve people of things to focus on
I
different
think it's
areas?
because art in itself is just deeply rooted in like human connection and like personality and like identity and stuff like that. So the fact that like, maybe that's being stripped away from us, it just feels like a part of us is being replaced, because it's just like art
Mm-hmm.
is my entire personality, right?
Mm.
And if AI, let's say, took like the things that I've spent so much time and love and effort to create and just be like, oh my god, like, let me just use this to learn. Like, I would be like, damn, okay, like that was me.
But then that what
But
you did when you started out?
no, because I didn't claim it as my own.
But they're training. AI training. That like when you train an AI, it's not claiming anything. It's just
Like,
it doesn't
okay,
even
because
produce
this is a
anything.
very interesting conversation only because I've never spoken to anyone outside of the art like community who like thought this way.
Yeah,
So
like
it's just
I'm
like,
just like trying to like really get it. Like because I just don't get it. Like
like
I don't
I don't
feel
think
the
you'll
same way that
ever
you
get
feel.
it because I can't find an analogy that will be like, because it's just
Like I guess like the way that you could say like let's say I made a website
like
and so like AI took
voice
that
training.
and just like completely took my code and then now my code is open source when I wanted it to be closed source. Like I would get that. Like that would fucking suck. But I mean like yeah, that would just fucking suck if they were making money off of it. But I guess that's what the law is for. Like I don't know, but I guess if the law is like really
Well,
tricky
it's
around
kind of iffy
AI,
now.
yeah,
I
because
don't
I
know,
mean
because just like
art law
imagine
is
a
like
part
very
of
like
yourself
It's very
It's just a
hard.
part of yourself that you are so like it's been embedded with you for so long. It's just being stripped away from you as a collective. Like you and all your friends, all the people that you know who feel the same way. Art is their identity. And, it's just being used by someone who's soulless and who doesn't have an identity rooted in it. And it's being used as an easier option because these artists who have a passion don't matter anymore if AI is just a cheaper to use way of creating, or the easier way. And so it's like it hurts us as creators, and it hurts us like I think it's just attacking our identity and our personalities at its core, because it's just like, man, that was freaking me, man. So like, it's kind of offensive.
Like, have you
In my
used the AI to do anything? Like you personally, just not art
No.
related, but just AI in general.
uh, no. AI chatbots.
Well,
Like
okay.
ask for help.
So, and as somebody that uses AI to assist with things, I find it a very powerful tool. Like I find it a tool that has reason. I understand the reason it's there. It does make things easier. You can make it do things that like other people can't do. Like for example, if you wanted to create a workout schedule for you and like everything like that, all it asks is like weight, height, age, blah blah blah, right? And then it comes up with shit. So it's like for the people that don't have access to like those kinds of like dietitians or like areas where they wouldn't be able to receive this kind of information, it can be used as kind of like a search engine or like kind of like a friend that is very knowledgeable, like in that kind of an instance. So it's just like when it's applied to art, it becomes very, very, very iffy because I feel like when you kind of apply this non-human thing to a very human-esque aspect, it's bound to produce very wonky results. And I can understand like kind of the for lack of a better term, I guess like recourse or like kind of like bite back in a sense, like from the art community. And I'd get like, hey, like, stealing all this shit, stealing all that. But if you asked the AI to make a game, it would clearly rip like code from existing games. But I don't think the people that made those games would get offended, in that kind of an aspect. Like, let's say it's like, I put Skyrim in AI and I put a different game like Cyberpunk 2077. I just looked at two random games on my desktop. And I put those together and I was like, yo, this, that. I'ma make my own game like this using the fucking all that shit, people's ideas, people's thoughts, all of that, make my own game, claim it as my own. And then it's like, I don't think like it would be that kind of like frowned upon in a sense, unless it was explicitly like I guarantee you if I didn't say anything about AI, nobody would even know. You feel me? So it's like I feel like it only really becomes a problem when it's like in the art community. And I feel like I understand that and I get it because it is a very human-esque thing, and it's like it becomes weird when you ask something that isn't human to produce human-like images or like images that are made by humans. It's very weird. It's like it's almost incomprehensible. Like you'd have to use human work. So I get like the stealing part. I just don't get the final product part and how like that's. I'll probably do some more research just about that kind of idea or like that kind of concept to see what like it is. But I don't know. I'm still like my mind is open. I'm willing to have my mind changed. Like convince me that AI is evil.
Like, Mac, what do you think? Do you think that like this, like it's okay? It's okay to like use, artists' work in AI and stuff. Like, do you get like why artists are bad, or do you not? Are you on the same boat as more of Fern, or like?
I'm gonna be a
well.
very boring
It's not
person.
like okay, you can't look at me as like hey, I'm on one side of the spectrum.
Okay, no. It's just
like I would say
based
that
off
I'm
of this
smack down
conversation
middle.
alone.
I would say like I'm on the border of being like convinced about which community is really correct in their stance.
Hi,
I miss your
I'm the
voice.
I'm the M of MFB.
Welcome back.
Welcome to episode 20. Today we're gonna be talking in the month of okay. Um, yeah, I mean, yeah, no, okay. I'm gonna be a very boring person because I'll be honest. I don't really have much opinion on a countless amount of things that people are arguing about, or like people have different ideas or opinions on. But I do see both sides, but that's all I see. I don't have a certain feeling on any side between either AI being like normal or in the future being normalized to continue doing this such thing as, I guess, copying people's art, or AI creating its own personal art even though it's not a person. And I also see the side of people seeing AI as something that can ruin the entire concept of art because it can do things that people can and maybe cannot do. But I really don't see um like I really don't have an opinion on being on either side. Like I'm just kind of like there seeing it as an argument, but I don't have an opinion on whether side to like be on, or like I'm on the side of are people not liking AI or AI doing art. Like I don't have an opinion. I don't have
But
a
like,
certain idea
I feel
on.
like since you have like more connections with people other than me who like create art, like, what if their stuff got stolen? Like, wouldn't you feel bad about it? Or would you be like, oh, that's just like, yeah, it's part of the game. Like, it just happens.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of things where it's inevitable. Like at this point,
How would
I
I
almost see
know
it
if?
as like,
Oh, sorry. No, go on. You want to go? Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. You go ahead. Go
Um,
ahead. Go ahead.
I almost see it as like, okay, I'm gonna think this in the perspective of like literally in the future of everything becoming automatic. Everything is AI. Everything is just like, maybe there's like robots walking around, whatever, right? I will not be surprised if there comes a time where every single thing humans don't need to do anymore, because people have created things that can literally do it for us, and we will eventually start being like used to it, and it will become normalized in the end. So it's like I don't have like a negative and nor a positive thought about if, for example, yes, Fern has like this chance of being taken over because AI can copy code.
Yeah.
Then that can be the same thing for art. I'm doing brewery. I'm doing beer. Literally, AI can do everything. Like, because okay, I'm gonna explain this about beer. When you create beer, every single step of creating the beer will change how the beer tastes or what the outcome of the beer is. So the time that you do this, the time that you add in this ingredient, the time that you let it sit, every minuscule thing will be added to the result of your beer, whether it's good, whether it's see-through, whether it's cloudy, blah, blah, blah. AI can literally do that if you program a machine to do it. That's just every single other company that has everything else that's automatic.
Mm-hmm.
People creating cans of Coke every single minute, every hour, and no one's complaining about that when humans used to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I don't see a problem with like this AI robotic thing happening if, in the case that you said, your example of what if your friends did music and AI started taking that away from them because AI started to do it better than them. Well, I'm not surprised, because people literally made AI to create something, and I guess it was just better, and that's just how it's going to be, and we're going to have to either go around that or find something that AI cannot do, or do something that's better than AI.
I was
And
just
that's how
gonna,
it will be,
dude,
and
that
that's how we'll have to
music
deal with
thing
it.
was very interesting actually. I was gonna talk about like, yo, I'll be damned. like I'll eat my words, but I don't think AI could mimic music. Like I just don't think
okay,
it'd
not
be able
music.
to. Like I feel like soul music. Like have you ever heard soul music? Like
Oh,
I feel
soul
like that'd
music
just be
is
so
beautiful.
hard to like replicate, you know? Like
Oh,
how would you
100%.
do that without straight up stealing it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like that would be like and I was gonna ask Bun, I was gonna be like, yo, like how would you know if your art is stolen? Like what would you how would you be able to tell? Like and I was also gonna ask, like, I'm gonna be dead honest, like I haven't seen that much AI art. So I don't know if it's that indistinguishable from like reality. Like would you be able to say like confidently if I gave you an AI art piece, like you'd be like, oh yeah, that's AI. Like is it at that stage
Yeah.
or is it like indecipherable?
Yeah. No, it's
So
not
you can clearly
indecipherable.
tell.
It's it takes an artist to like kind of figure out that like, hey, that's they didn't eat like that came from a computer. But like, yeah, no, because when you were talking about soul music, that did remind me, like, the soul that's being put into that music, I feel like could be put into some art pieces that, like, some
I
AI
don't
could
know
just
about
never
images
capture.
though. I don't know about images. I feel like images are a completely different ballgame than audio, you know? Like it
I don't know.
just
I
in
feel
general
different.
with
I feel different about it.
computers and shit. Like
I think it's just because like you haven't gone to art school and you're not gay, but also, um, yeah,
What does
but
gay have to be doing with art?
I don't know. Sorry, it's just like
Yeah, I'll continue. Go on.
but yeah, there's like
Where's my phone? Okay, I'm
there's
back to doing my
a
thing. Go on.
there's a bunch of like people. Oh, did you get a new phone case?
No, this is old. Continue.
Oh, my bad. But yeah, no, cause like there is some like I don't know where they come from, but I see around online where it's just like, hey, check this like place on the internet out to see like a list of artists' names, or like check this PDF out to see a list of artists' names that AI are being used to train. Like
mm,
most of these artists have not been asked permission. And it's just
how
like,
would
oh
you
my
know like it's
gosh.
stolen? Like how would you like would you be able to like look at the art and be like, "Oh, that's mine." Like
Oh,
is it like
sometimes
that?
yes. Sometimes yes. Sometimes
Oh,
yes.
okay, so it's like it's
Yes.
clear that you could see that it's stolen.
Well, yes, because like art is a
Uh,
very stylized thing, and if it's like if something is like in your style, it's just like, wait, pause. But art, especially the AI, the art that we like predominantly look at, like in my side of the community, is like the freaking anime AI art, right? And it's just like that has a very distinguishable style because it's all the same lighting, all the same face, all the same eyes, all the same six fingers, and stuff like that, right? But it's also like that, but it's also like there is this YouTube creator chatbot that AI made as like, oh, talk with your favorite YouTube creators and whatsoever, right? And there was like PewDiePie, there was Brownlee or whatever. But they were talking about how like I got this from Philip DeFranco, by the way, but um Marcus Brownlee especially like kind of noticed that like people were talking to this AI, and like this AI was saying, "Oh yes, I'm the real one. I'm Marcus Brownlee. I'm not an AI or whatever, right?
what
Like
the
that, right?"
fuck? That is
And then
weird, dude. That
and
is weird.
he literally said like the real Marcus Brownlee was just like, "I never gave this like AI software the permission to use my likeness and to take my identity like that and to talk to other people without my permission using me and using my likeness." So it's just like I feel like it's like kind of like in the similar subject of like taking my likeness and using it for your like and saying
Mm.
that it's yours and saying that it's you, and like like eventually like the AI kind of the AI creator kind of learned like, oh my goodness, I can't name this AI Marcus Brownlee, so like it was just like Marcus Brownlee's biggest fan is what they renamed
Holy
it.
fuck.
But it's like it's that kind of stuff where it's just like,
That is pretty crazy. Okay, so like I feel like
yeah,
there's like almost lines, I guess, that need to be drawn. I feel like in different like fields it's beneficial, and in different fields,
yeah,
I guess it's like the opposite. Like, but I guess like boundaries just kind of need to be put in place. And I feel like, but I
boundaries
wouldn't
especially,
really
yes.
know what kind of boundaries would need to be made though, you know? Like, it's kind of hard
Right.
to say, like, how would you train an AI to do art without using human art? Like, would you just
Like,
teach it to draw? But, like, how would you do that? Oh, I guess you
soon
could
it's
just teach it
going
to
to
draw.
transcend us, dude. It's going to transcend us. We cannot necessarily put certain boundaries on AI if it's going to just continuously keep on learning and getting better so
Well, yeah,
soon.
the
And most,
internet
like
is
as
its head.
Max said, it's going to get better than us,
Oh,
right?
absolutely. And that's what I was just going to
So it's
say,
like,
too. I was going to be like, yeah, what do you think would happen if, like, AIs realistically did everything that we did? Do you think we would still maintain, like, a social hierarchy above them? Or do you think we would just do, like, the, like, grunt work? Like,
I
do
think
you
I just,
think...
I think I just die.
Okay, well, you as an artist, like, I mean, like, that's kind of, like, a hard thing to say. But, like, in terms of just, like, general, like, if you weren't an artist. Like, if you
I
were
think
just,
best
like...
case scenario,
Let's just assume
I
you were a
think I
nurse.
want it to cooperate with humans side by side as an aid for each other. Like we help AI, AI helps us type thing. And that's in like the perfect world.
The artist is balding about
Ooh.
AI.
Dude, we've been molding for like a freaking like an hour about AI
Well, it's just
straight
been
up.
Yeah,
you.
And
It's
like
just been
Mac
me trying to
hasn't
understand it.
spoken.
I'm not joking. I have not like. There's a part where I didn't speak for 45 minutes. So
Exactly.
it's just silence.
Damn,
So
man.
like,
Looking
okay,
like
I
Fern
want
in
you.
early
I want
MFB
you to do this
episodes.
part. I want you to do this part. Like, I want you to start this part off.
Oh, bro, we should have like gotten prepared for this. I don't have anything for this.
It's off the top of your head. Come on, man. You could do it. You could do it. You could do it.
Okay,
Introduce the-
well, I mean, yeah, okay. As the host, I have to say the question first before for
Oh,
context
of course,
because
of
no one knows what we're
course.
talking about. Basically, a couple days ago, Bun introduced this topic that she found. I don't know how, but it just came up, and she wanted to know on like both sides, both me and her, like a trivia about ourselves. So the topic is give us 3 questions about yourself, and we'll see how the other 2 know about ourselves. So guessing I have to go first. I have no
Yes.
idea what my questions are.
I wonder where
I
this
don't have
idea
any-
spawned from. I really wonder. Maybe it's
It-
because
it came
I
from a
asked Bun
conversation.
about
Yeah.
my life and she knew nothing. Oh my god.
Well, I want to see how well we know each other.
You don't
'cause,
know
like,
shit about me. You don't know shit about me.
Y'all know, like, yeah, exactly. It's just like
Y'all
I
don't
thought
know.
I knew.
Bro,
and
she
now
asked
you
me
guys
3
don't
questions.
know
I knew 2 of them. I asked her 3 questions. She knew half of 1. So 0.5 out of 3 was her final score. That was it.
Okay, well, Mac, go.
Yo, give us 3 questions that we could possibly know. Could be from childhood, present, or past. I mean, childhood is the
Yeah.
past, but yeah,
Could we could know about you specifically?
that you have mentioned. It can't be something that you haven't mentioned that we absolutely
Yeah.
wouldn't know. It would be something that
Yeah.
you definitely like at least once have told us. You know,
Okay.
like could be something that like
I already
you know.
have 2 then because I can't
Alright.
think of anything else.
There you go. All right, just rapid fire, or just shoot them. Just shoot them.
Bow, bow, bow. Okay. Okay.
Ooh, getting spicy. Clearing his throat and shit. Okay.
I'm laughing because it's so funny.
All
I'm
right.
like, how
What's my
I
favorite kind?
want to see what you guys' reactions are. On
Oh,
this.
if it's some
So,
bullshit, man. If it's some bullshit, man.
what? Okay. What grade? Double points if you get the actual date down. But what grade?
the fuck? Okay, hold on.
What grade did my dog die?
3.
Whoa. Okay. What grade did my dog Meg die? Golden Retriever.
Was it not 3?
Wait.
Oh,
What
okay.
grade?
I guess Bun has to fucking
What grade?
answer
The
first.
grade?
The grade. The grade of when my dog died. Meggie. Megster.
Meg.
The Meg.
Grade. It gotta be like grade 5.
I'm gonna change
This
my
is-
answer to grade 2.
Okay, so for context, this is really funny because I didn't know these 2 people in elementary.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
actually didn't become friends with these 2 amazing people until like senior of high school. So
I was
this
not
is
friends with Mac in
pretty
high
fun.
school at all. It was only after high school that we became friends. Fun fact. That's crazy. We spent the entirety
Gang.
of our 5 years in high school together, but we never spoke, like
Mm.
at all. And then like
That's
after
actually that's
high school,
insane.
we
That
just
is
became friends.
insane.
It's
You
I love
guys
this
are
tall
best
guy. I like this tall
friends.
guy.
Ew.
Okay. Okay. So you said Fern, you said 3.
I said 2.
He
said
okay, 2. I
two.
changed my
Okay,
answer.
and
Changed my
then
answer.
Bun, you said 5. Okay. Yeah, this is okay. Context. This is a question because for context, this question is because I talked about how I wanted to get my dog's death date on my arm. And funny enough, my dog did not die in elementary school. My dog died in high school. My
I
dog
knew
died.
it!
My dog died in grade 9 on one of our classmates' birthdays, October 24 of 2018. 2017.
Whoa.
I thought your dog died in elementary school and you found her and you were like too young to know what the fuck to do.
No, I
Mm-mm.
knew it was a bit older because it was just like, how would he be cognitive in grade
Ah, well, shut the
2?
fuck up. You didn't know shit. You thought it was in elementary. You thought it was in elementary. Shut the fuck up. You didn't know
I
shit.
literally,
Yeah.
oh, I should have trusted my gut. Okay, next question.
Oh, fuck. I thought it was young because I was thinking of that painting and that's right above your fucking setup. Of
Yeah,
you
no,
on the
it's-
dog
Okay,
as a kid.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because
'Cause we
that
got-
was alive.
We got Meg the year I was born.
Okay, Fern, you or me first?
You can go first.
you go first because you
already Okay.
have it down.
Okay, so, I want to get one tattoo.
Oh, I
Specifically,
already know what it is.
what is the tattoo and where am I gonna put it?
It's right
my
here
God.
and it's a 71.
71.
Okay,
No, it's gonna be a
that
Hello
was-
It's
Kitty
on
right
her,
on your neck.
her wrist on the far side, so it's the outermost side, not
It's
the
like on the
innermost
right-
side, the outer
It's the
side.
right side. Yeah, it's like right here.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
got the
yeah.
side right.
I know.
Yay.
Yeah, I know. Because I listened. Yeah, fuck.
Oh,
What's my favorite game
That's
series?
what's your favorite game series?
Series.
Ooh. Fuck, there's too many.
Series.
Series?
There's too many.
Series.
Oh my god, there's too many. Can I have one hint? Is it obvious?
Possibly. It is quite
Fuck me.
obvious,
Fuck
but
me.
it's like
There's too many. There's too many. Okay. What makes
it's-
this a problem is the fact that me and Ethan have talked about games for a while in terms of like
Yeah, I feel like
in terms of like generation
Mm.
like the entire like course of that one company's like specific game, that there's like 5 that I'm thinking of and I just don't know which one it is because they were all good from what our opinions were on all of them. So it's like, what? Which one was the best one? And I don't know what it is. Okay, I'm
What's
gonna have
his favorite in
Hmm.
his...
to.
What the flip? You guys have talked about this. I don't talk to Fred much about
Mhm.
games.
You don't care about me.
Because you don't love me enough to talk about
You
them.
don't care about me. You never ask me anything. You don't give a fuck about me.
Why? Okay, I don't know why, but I'm like, there's one that's super random, but I don't know if it's because you've mentioned it before. But no, I don't think it's that. So I'm gonna take that out of the pool.
But you should let me know what it was after, just because I'm curious.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of the
stuck on
second
4. I'm
question
stuck on
while-
4.
While y'all fucking do that shit, what would be a good question?
I have my second question.
a good question. You haven't even answered my question.
Well, game series?
Series.
I don't know any game series. Call of Duty.
That's your answer? That's locked in?
Oh, no. What is it? What is it? It was on sale on Steam. It was on sale. Oh no.
I'm gonna.
Wait, no. Wait.
What?
Wait. I know this one. I have to know this one. Wait. Pause.
I'm
Look at her. She's searching shit. What?
No. It's because. Okay, I'm gonna say Borderlands.
Okay, is that your answer locked in?
Yeah, that's my last.
Okay.
That's what I locked in. That's
We got Mac.
in Borderlands
There's,
series.
I don't like this. I don't like this. I'm gonna just go with Assassin's Creed, even though you haven't played
That's a
all the
very
games.
guess. That's a very good guess. It's a very good guess.
You have not played all the games.
That is
and
correct.
I know you haven't played.
I have
But-
not played all the games.
But yes.
I've only played the first 3. That is it.
Yes, and those were the good ones.
Those are the only good ones. I've heard shit about like when Black Flag came out. That's when it all went downhill. That's just okay. All right, probably not gonna touch those.
Yeah.
But it is, since my favorite game is Skyrim. It's the Elder Scrolls series, guy. What the fuck, man? It's literally the 4th installment.
Okay,
Like,
it
what
is.
the
It is
fuck?
that obvious.
Or I
It
mean,
is that
5th
obvious.
installment. Like Skyrim is the 5th installment. There's a 6th
I
one on
was-
the way. I've played Arena.
I was.
I've played Daggerfall. I've played Oblivion. Morrowind. I've played Oblivion and Skyrim.
I didn't know it was that big of a series. I thought it was just.
There's a
Skyrim.
6th one on the way, but we don't. I think
I've-
it's supposed to take place in some Redguard area, like Hammerfell, but I don't know
Yeah.
what the name of the game is.
I thought it was gonna be something like other than Elder. I thought Elder was way too obvious. Yeah. Okay, what hair did I have at the time when I started working at Costco?
What hair?
What hair did I have at the time that
You
I started working at the Costco?
You had your brown hair dyed by your aunt. Wait, no. Yes.
No, I think like the shaggy style, like the middle part, bit long. No, wait. Costco.
You had the
Costco.
brown hair dyed
First
by
time-
your aunt.
Costco.
First time I started working at Costco.
Costco.
My first
What
day,
month was that? Of what year?
April
You had
of
the
2 years
brown
ago,
hair
2022.
by your
2022.
aunt.
2020. What were we doing in April of 2022? I want to
Funny.
think. I want to say that your hair wasn't dyed. I kind of want to. I'm like thinking that your hair was like, just like what it's like right now, almost. Okay, yeah, I feel pretty like. Yeah, I'd say it's like maybe similar length to what you got going on now.
What I have right now.
Is the right answer?
You both got it wrong.
Oh, what the fuck? Why was it like brown?
I had the perm when I was first working
Oh,
at
Ew,
Costco.
dude, I trauma erased that from my memories, dude. Dude, I hated that one. Ew. Wait. Oh, man. Dude, when you had the perm, bro, I erased that shit from my memory.
When I had the perm.
Holy
Oh my
fuck,
God.
the perm. I forgot about the perm. dude.
Yuck!
Fucking
Freaking back of the
perm,
perm.
man.
Yuck!
The
Gross.
fucking
Yeah, when I
perm,
first
dude.
had it.
Ew.
Oh my god.
That's why I'm going to be buzzing my head next month, guys. So get ready for that. That is my actual real rose. That's my rose for next month.
I
I'm going
swear, if
to
you're
buzz my head
bald-
and dye it red.
Holy shit. Oh. You have to be quiet.
My mom doesn't like the buzzed style, or
Me
Whatever.
neither. Me neither.
Yeah.
Amen. I agree with you.
she's the only
I agree
person.
with
Nah, I
you.
support,
Bun
I support
and
the
my
buzz.
mom
I support
both.
the buzz. I support the buzz.
They're the
I support
only
bu-
two people
If
in
you
my
guys-
life
like, I
entirely
swear,
that doesn't like it.
If you are bald on my birthday,
Oh my
I
god,
will-
we know what to do. You know what to do.
Oh,
man.
I'm gonna buzz it the day of.
We should do it together.
The day of.
I should
day
buzz
of.
you and you should buzz me. There we go. So it just
Real.
looks like shit.
And then we go to the same place to get the sides faded.
Oh, you're right. Can't forget the fades. You know.
Can't forget
okay, we'll
the,
just
can't
like
forget the clean sides.
like I'll give you like a 0 all over.
All right, guys.
And then, like, we'll just get a
Thanks
skin
for
fade done.
listening to this episode.
All right,
Yeah.
guys. As your host, I am Mac, and this is MFB's 20th episode. Thank you for listening. Thank you very much. If you've gotten this far, please subscribe and follow our podcast, follow our YouTube, and all our social medias,
Motherfucker
Instagram,
forgot
and
the
that sort of
rest.
thing.
Okay. We got Instagram, we got TikTok, we got a fucking email in case you want to ask us some goddamn questions. We got some
Yeah, email us.
Patreon, we got a Ko-fi on the way. God damn, everything's happening. It's all coming together.
You just gotta be there. You gotta be there. You gotta be there. Yes, sir. Thank you for listening.
Okay.
I love you all. Goodbye.
Oh, next ball reference.
Thank you for listening. Goodbye.
Adios.
Adios.
Bye.
Shut up, Liz.